tonight. The chairman of the Lafayette City Parish Council is speaking out about what will happen to Lafayette Mayor-President Josh Guillory's position while he's in rehab. The mayor-president checked himself into rehab Monday for possible alcohol addiction and PTSD. He will stay there in rehab facility for 21 days. Guillory made arrangements with the Lafayette City Parish Attorney and the Chief Administrative Officer to remain available and continue to give direction on city parish matters. The mayor-president is now asking for Louisiana Attorney General to give his opinion on whether or not Guillory should remain in power during his time in rehab. In a letter to the Attorney General, Guillory said he'd been advised that the chairs of the Lafayette Parish and city councils have either attempted or intend to attempt to appoint a member of their councils to act as interim mayor-president. News 10's Britt Lafaso spoke with the parish council chairman to tell us what their plans are moving forward. Britt joins us in the studio.
Parish Council Chairman A.B. Ruman says a decision has not yet been made. He says whether or not an interim mayor-president will be appointed is now in the hands of the Attorney General.
Ever since he went into rehab, our main concern was his well-being.
According to the Lafayette Parish Charter, when the mayor-president is absent from and unavailable to Lafayette Parish for more than 48 hours, their duties and powers can be appointed to a member of the city or parish council. Lafayette Parish Chairman A.B. Rubin says they are looking into having a council member step into the role, as that's what the charter says should happen.
Not that we wanted to take his position or anything like that or whatnot. We just wanted to try to fulfill the charter as we understood the charter.
After hearing the council chairman were attempting to appoint an interim mayor-president, Josh Guillory sent a letter to Attorney General Jeff Landry. What Guillory is hoping Landry can give an opinion on is what the word unavailable should mean in the charter. While the charter says an interim mayor-president can be appointed if Guillory is unavailable for more than 48 hours, Guillory argues that he is available. He says the CAO and city parish attorney have 24-hour access to him, and he's available through email, cell phone, and Zoom. He adds he'll be able to review and sign documents, including executive orders, directives, contracts, resolutions, and ordinances. Councilman Rubin says this is why the city and parish council and the mayor-president are at a standstill.
Unavailable is not defined in the charter properly. And the thing about the term unavailable, or any term, you put two lawyers in a room and you probably get 5 interpretations.
Rubin says once the Attorney General can give a clear definition on the word, they can move forward in deciding if Guillory can remain in power while he's in rehab.
And I just want to make sure that people understand this is not a political move. We want to do what's right, what's for the community, really. You know what I'm saying? And I can speak for the council as a whole.
In his letter to the Attorney General, Guillory also noted that in 2014, the city parish attorney at the time gave his opinion on the issue when the then parish president was out of the state. He said because the then mayor-president was available to Lafayette Parish through email and phone, he should still retain his powers and duties under the charter. But again, whether or not Guillory will retain his powers is up to the Attorney General. Britt Lafaso, KLFY News 10.